Joplin residents will be asked to vote yes or no to change emergency ordinance to expedited ordinance. I'm Nelly Lopez with more details on that coming up.
Plus, they say money has a smell, but Cassville residents aren't buying it when it comes to fertilizer spread on nearby farm fields. And Monette drivers stop for up to 32 trains daily, but federal funding is on the way to end the wait.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin voters will decide a charter change that could affect how city government operates. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. On April 7th, residents will vote whether to rename emergency ordinances to expedited ordinances. Now, these ordinances pass with just one city council vote instead of multiple readings. KOAM's Nelly Lopez explains why the city wants this change.
The people aren't confused about the word. The people know what the word emergency and expedited means, and the people know that thing that was happening, the loophole thing, is not happening anymore. And that's, to me, someone got in trouble, and that was their way of apologizing.
In 2025, the city commissioned the panel called Charter Review Commission to review the Joplin's Home Rule Charter and see if changes needed to be made.
One of the things that they came back with was whether or not we should change the language in some of our ordinances from emergency to expedited, because truly expediting is actually what we're doing. There's very few things that we would do that are emergency. You know, somebody's life's at risk here or something like that.
Some residents' concerns were as to what new categories would fall into the expedited ordinance.
We're not putting anything in there for an expedited bill that we're trying to slide under the rug or get, pushed through without people paying attention to it. It's still going to be some of the same things that you would see under an expedited ordinance, such as, a dangerous building being taken down. We need to get that done fast, and that's to keep everybody safe. Water main break, maybe we need to purchase a large piece of equipment.
Expedited intended to mean matters that require timely actions, not necessarily life-threatening situations. As for the process, the public is still allowed to comment and voice their concerns into the ordinance.
Show people that we're not changing the process, we're just changing how it's labeled. We're just moving from the word emergency over to expedited. Process is still the same.
No, I just think clarity is good, and that the change will decrease the amount of confusion.
In Joplin, Nelly Lopez, KOAM News.
Mayor Cortez says if this does not pass, the label emergency ordinance will remain the same. And voters have the option to vote yes or no at the April 7th election. Now, meteorologist Austin Stantz joins us with a first look at weather.
Thanks, Tanya. Yes, we are going to see some rainfall on the way to the 4 states, and in heavy amounts at times. This is over the next 5 days. Take a look, this shade of orange that you're seeing here, 2 to 3 inches, and you're seeing that kind of scattered across the 4 states region. So how much rainfall are we going to see? Anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches over the next 48 hours or so, especially as we head into Saturday. Right now, winds are out of the southeast here. That's keeping our temperatures mild. Here we are at 9:03 this evening. Temperatures still near 50 degrees, 47 in Joplin. Monette sitting also at 47, 51 in Miami, Pittsburgh at 50, Nevada sitting at 46 degrees. Now, as we head into the evening hours tonight, temperatures are going to continue to fall into the lower 40s, but coming up in my full forecast, we're going to go ahead and time out those showers and storms that look to arrive on Friday evening.
All right, thanks, Austin. A Neosho man with close ties to the 4 states is missing for nearly a month and a half. 27-year-old Trey Friend was last seen walking away near Old Trail Road close to Lanigan in McDonald County. Now, Friend has a tattoo of a cow skull on his back and a skull with a crown on his left arm. In a statement from the family, they say, "We have to find our boy, no matter what it takes." Allen County prosecutors charge a former sheriff's office employee with battery. Stephanie Vest faces charges after allegations of misconduct toward an inmate at the Allen County Jail. The incidents happened between 2024 and 2025 while Vest worked as a civilian employee. The sheriff's office terminated her employment after the investigation. Residents in Cassville, Missouri are expressing concern over the smell of fertilizer spread on farm fields. Garrett Hamilton talked with city leaders to understand the pros and cons of using fertilizer from packing plants.
People who live and work in Cassville are being greeted to an unwelcomed smell.
The most I can really stand myself is going from my car straight into my house.
Makes you hard to breathe. It's like a burning sensation in your lungs, you know. I mean, it just stinks that bad.
The smell is from an all-organic fertilizer. I'm standing in front of Rebels Recycling here in Cassville, and this is the field that was sprayed yesterday with a lot of that fertilizer. And you can see the tractor there spraying the fields actively right now, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, the smell is very overwhelming. It is sprayed on as sludge, which is leftover waste from food processing and is an alternative to traditional chemical fertilizer. Often, it is made from poultry and beef waste. The reason for the pungent odor is because it is actively decomposing on top of the soil. Cassville City Administrator Richard Asbill says it has its benefits for hay and Bermuda grass because the sludge is high in elements needed for growth. An added bonus, it's often given to farmers for free, which helps keep operating costs low. And Asbill hopes it can help the local agricultural-driven economy.
We want them to have the economic basis for them to have a livelihood, shop locally, do those type of things.
But Asbill, who is also a farmer, acknowledges the smell, which can last 7 to 10 days, is a major downside, and it's why he chooses the more traditional treatments. But he does hope the product can be improved.
Companies really need to look at ways that they can aerate the material, making sure that they're getting as much natural decomposition through that process before they apply it.
Even though the fertilizer is non-toxic, Reynolds says he still has his concerns.
But I told DNR, I said my well is less than 200 feet from where they're spreading it.
If you have concerns, you can contact the Department of Natural Resources, as they are responsible for issuing permits.
Well, our stories are often discovered by you, our viewers, and we invite you to share your news tips with us. Scan the QR code and you'll be taken to a form where you can submit a tip quickly and easily. Thank you for being a part of the story. Well, coming up, new climate regulations.
You may see a smaller price tag on your next car as the Trump administration reverses an Obama-era emissions ruling. I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington. I'll have more on the legal challenges the decision could face coming up.
But up first, why scientists say robots cannot replace human empathy and understanding. A growing number of people are incorporating digital companions into their lives, but instead of bonding with bots, researchers reveal how machines might be able to help us demonstrate a special trait that robots cannot replace. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a closer look.
With Valentine's Day right around the corner, there's a lot of talk of love in the air. But as more folks start to embrace robot and AI companions, researchers at Arizona State University say the relationship between humans and bots is evolving, but caution how they can't replace the empathy demonstrated by people.
Empathy and genuine kindness, I think, comes from lived experiences, right? I, as a human, can relate when someone feels bad when they're bullied, because as a kid, when I was bullied, I know how that feels. A machine cannot feel that. It can simulate it.
Testing the connection between people and machines, Doctors Maura Scott and Martin Mende examine how patients would respond to a human-robot team in a medical setting.
Patients did not like the robot being the team leader, right? They want the robot, the machine, to be supportive, but not in charge.
Going forward, researchers say robots can help people with their manual labor, giving us a chance to pay more attention to the emotional side of things.
Maybe when there is a patient that is heavy, the robot could help that nurse with lifting, and the nurse can focus on more of the human elements.
Still, researchers say talking to robots can be a very personal experience in some ways.
Working with robots kind of forces us to better understand ourselves and what our needs are, and our own comfort levels and our own worries. And so from that standpoint, working with robots is, I think, very enlightening into the human psyche as well.
Ted Linder, Fox News.
Reading, writing, and learning a new language can help lower your risk of Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. A Rush University Medical Center study found that doing activities that stimulate the mind improve cognitive health throughout your entire life. Even people who read books and newspapers before the age of 18 had a cognitive benefit decades later. Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, teams have a chance to compete for prizes at Freeman's upcoming 5K and Walk for Autism.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Well, some changes ahead in our forecast. Things are going to remain quiet throughout tonight into tomorrow morning, but then things start to get a little bumpy from there on out. Let's talk about it. We have high pressure situated off to our north. Unfortunately, that is not going to help us out too much. Our next storm system developing off to our west right now. As I mentioned, things are quiet across the region, mostly clear, just a few passing clouds off to our south at the moment there. Heading into this evening, temperatures falling into the lower 40s overnight tonight. A very mild evening tonight. We are going to start to see some cloud cover begin to move back into the area as we head into tomorrow morning. What can we expect overnight tonight? As I mentioned, very mild out there, 42 degrees tonight. Going to expect mostly clear skies until we make our way till tomorrow morning. Then we're going to start to see partly cloudy skies by 8 a.m., 48 degrees, 64 by noon, becoming mostly cloudy, 68 by 4 o'clock, starting to see the opportunity for a few thunderstorms developing. Going to see temperatures right around 70 degrees. Some late afternoon, early evening thunderstorms developing there. Let's talk about that. Here we are heading into tomorrow afternoon. Clouds beginning to build in. Winds out of the south pulling in some of that moisture. Here's where we start to see between, I'd say, 4 and 8 p.m., some of our showers and thunderstorms beginning to develop there. You notice by 7 p.m., these starting to blow up just a little bit here. Some of these first initiating thunderstorms could be one of the stronger ones, could have some gusty winds, loud thunder with them, some flashy lightning. Not expecting anything too severe, but they could try to show off just a bit. We're going to expect things to become more widespread across the area here as we head into Friday evening, into the overnight hours. Some heavy pockets of rainfall here. Notice these dark shades of red and orange in there. Here we are Saturday, 3 a.m. Very mild overnight, still in the 50s there. Widespread rain across the entire area. And we're going to see some heavy rainfall throughout our Saturday as well. So some consistent rainfall throughout Valentine's Day. It's looking like more of a washout there for us. Then we're going to start to see Friday afternoon. Look, our low right here actually starting to track a little bit further north now in the new data here. Could see a line of showers moving through. Here's our front. That begins to pass through. Notice the back edge of the cloud cover here. That's going to begin to push through as we head into Sunday morning. Sunday looking much better for us. How much rainfall, though, are we talking between Friday night into Saturday? Anywhere from an inch all the way up to 2.5, maybe pushing 3 off to our far southwest there. So definitely have to keep in mind that we could run into some minor flooding threats there as we head into next week. Take a look, or Sunday, 62 degrees, becoming sunny next week, 66 on Monday, sunny skies. Then back into the 70s, a few showers possible by the midweek. And our next chance for some showers and thunderstorms will be next weekend.
All right. Well, we are definitely looking forward to those showers because we need the rain.
Yeah, desperately need some rainfall. I think it might just come a little too much at once.
Yeah. Well, we'll take what we can get. All right. Thanks, Austin. Organizers hope for another record turnout for this year's Freeman 5K and Autism Walk. The event, entering its 7th year, continues to grow, and last year it drew 866 participants. This year, teams can compete by raising funds with prizes awarded to the top 3 groups. In addition to the 5K and walk, the event also features a car show, vendors, and activities for families in a fair-like setting.
So this event, really, we hate to call it a fundraiser because it has a dual purpose. We do raise a lot of funds, and those funds go to help offset costs of the treatment. Treatment for autism is very expensive on families, and so all of this money goes to help provide scholarships for them.
This year's event, themed Zero to Zoom, will take place Saturday, April 18th at the Bill and Virginia Leffen Center for Autism in Joplin. Coming up next, Grove, Oklahoma gets a much-needed venue for events and business gatherings.
Wolf Creek Expo Center opens with its first show this weekend, and we'll be speaking with the director about what this means for the small town of Grove, Oklahoma. I'm Ty Parks on that story coming up.
Officials in Grove, Oklahoma hope a new expo center in Wolf Creek will pack in the visitors. KOAM's Ty Parks took in the new venue and has more.
Grove, Oklahoma has a new expo center right on Wolf Creek. It's about 47,000 inside square feet and 6,200 on a patio outside. So lots of space, lots of room for people to come for expos, business, meetings, dinners. We've got a facility for everybody.
Wolf Creek Expo Center Director Dana Abel says that Grove needed the venue.
Grove needed a place like this because we just didn't have anything that our community could grow into. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We've built a facility that we can grow and develop and bring additional businesses in.
The City of Grove has been looking around to see what shows they will bring in.
We're being a little particular right now, making sure that they make sense for what we've got. We're very much a family community, and we want to make sure that we've got family shows that are coming here.
In a statement, the Grove Area Chamber of Commerce says, in part, the Expo Center is expected to create exciting momentum for the local economy, drawing in regional events, visitors, and new opportunities for Grove businesses. One concern residents of Grove have mentioned is the traffic around Wolf.
Actually, Grove has gotten a lot of ODOT money just recently, so there are some plans to look at the facility, look at the traffic, and they're taking that into consideration very carefully.
In Grove, Oklahoma, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Well, this weekend, visitors to the Expo Center can check out the Oklahoma Tackle, Hunting, and Boat Show. That opened today and runs through Sunday. After that, the Expo hosts the Grove Area Chamber Home, Garden, and Travel Show. Well, coming up next, nonprofit leaders learn grant writing skills at a Southeast Kansas workshop. Nonprofit leaders gathered at the Parlow Education Center today for a 3-hour grant writing workshop aimed at strengthening organizations across Southeast Kansas. The session was held in partnership with CHC staff who shared their experience in research, data collection, and building strong grant applications. Organizers say grant writing is a critical skill for nonprofits since much of their funding comes from grants.
Kind of help them gauge whether or not a project that they're looking for fits a certain grant cycle or grant application. And then other things will be different, like building a bibliography or citing your sources, things like that, just writing a good narrative.
Organizers hope attendees will use what they learned to secure more funding and continue making a difference across Southeast Kansas. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Tired of waiting for trains in Monette, Missouri? A new overpass could end those delays. And the Trump administration reverses Obama-era greenhouse gas regulations.
You're watching the 4 States Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A long-awaited railroad overpass project that's been in the works for 10 years in Monette, Missouri is moving closer to reality. To say it's a high-traffic area is an understatement. Currently, drivers in the Southwest Missouri community are stopping for up to 32 trains a day. As Adam Woodbury reports, federal funding is secured and construction could begin soon.
The Chapel Drive overpass is set to become Monette's 3rd railroad overpass, designed to improve traffic flow and prevent drivers from being stopped by passing trains. City leaders first began applying for grants back in 2016. Not all got approved, but the CRISI grant, a federal rail infrastructure and safety grant, was.
This is going to be about a $7.6 million project. The grant from the federal government is going to be $4.9 million. MoDOT's kicking in some money, and the railroad's kicking in some money because it's a win-win for everyone.
Mayor Randy Burke says the overpass would serve 2 major purposes: public safety and economic development.
And so for emergency services, you really need that because a lot of the residential areas in Monette. So for public safety, you need to have unfettered access as you go from there out to the hospital.
The hospital is now located along Highway 60, meaning emergency crews can be delayed when trains block crossings. Berg also points to nearby development.
Amazon is going in probably 400 yards away. This is kind of a last mile facility, and what that means, big trucks come here, little trucks come out. Rather than come from Joplin or Springfield. And that's going to result in better customer service. It'll bring about 100 jobs.
People who live near the crossing say trains can sometimes sit there for a long time, forcing people to reroute.
And a lot of times the trains that do go through they'll get to the crossing and they'll stop. And they'll just sit, and I mean sit for quite a while.
City leaders say they're now waiting on final approval from the Federal Railroad Administration on the remaining engineering details. And the mayor says he's confident construction will begin this year. And once it starts, Burke says Chapel Drive could be closed for up to 15 months.
I regret that inconvenience, but in the long run, it's going to be much better.
Once final engineering approval comes through, Mayor Burke says they'll be able to start taking bids for construction. Well, turning now to the Winter Games and a controversy involving an athlete from Ukraine. Skeleton racer Vladislav Harazkovich is banned from competing for refusing to ditch his helmet that honors athletes killed in Russia's war against Ukraine. Olympic rules don't allow for political gestures during competition. The decision had the IOC president fighting back tears.
I really wanted to see him race today. It's been an emotional morning. I don't think anyone is disagreeing with the messaging.
Harazkovich said the price of honoring teammates who died was more important than any medal. Well, the Trump administration is calling its EPA rollback the largest deregulatory action in American history. Democrats argue the move could threaten public health. Fox News senior Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has more.
You're going to get a car that starts easier, a car that works better for a lot less money.
Greenhouse gases emitted from cars, trucks, and power plants will no longer be federally regulated as the Trump administration reverses an Obama-era ruling known as the endangerment finding.
The 2009 Obama EPA endangerment finding led to trillions of dollars in regulations that strangled entire sectors of the United States economy.
For nearly 2 decades, the federal government has regulated those emissions after the Environmental Protection Agency determined greenhouse gases pose a threat to public health and could be regulated under the Clean Air Act. But President Trump argues the finding is unnecessarily expensive and threatens American energy dominance.
Under the endangerment finding, they forced the hated start-stop feature onto American consumers, which unnecessarily shuts off a car's engine when you stop at a red light.
The White House says the repeal will save Americans roughly $1.3 trillion, in part by making new vehicles cheaper. But critics argue any short-term gains would ignore the longer-term impact of climate pollution.
The repeal will hurt kids with asthma. The repeal will hurt homeowners and destabilize insurance markets.
The repeal is likely to face legal challenges since the Supreme Court affirmed that greenhouse gases are air pollutants subject to Clean Air Act regulation. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later our future leaders in the classroom.
Pitt State hosts its teacher interview day. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll give you an inside look coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Well, things are quiet across the region right now, but our next storm system brewing out to our west. This is going to bring a significant amount of rainfall for us. But as for right now, taking a look at tonight, things are relatively quiet. Just a few clouds off to south of 44 passing through this evening. Mostly clear conditions throughout the night tonight. We're going to see temperatures falling into the lower 40s as we head into the overnight hours tonight. That's actually really mild for this time of year. Some cloud cover does begin to push back into the area as we're getting ready to head into tomorrow morning. Planning your evening for tonight, 42 degrees overnight tonight, mostly clear conditions for the first half, becoming cloudy as we head into the morning hours for the second half of your overnight hours. 48 degrees by 8 a.m., 64 by noon, 68 by 4 o'clock with a few showers and thunderstorms just beginning to develop. 70 degrees tomorrow. Yes, it's going to be very warm, and some late afternoon, early evening thunderstorms developing there. The winds out of the south-southeast as we head into tomorrow as well. So here's our winds out of the southeast heading into Friday. Take a look here. So cloud cover begins building in Friday afternoon. Winds now really out of the south-southeast. That's going to bring our temperatures right around 70 degrees. I anticipate us to break into the 70s there. A few showers and thunderstorms beginning to develop off to our west there. Those are going to kind of blow up, I'd say, between 4 and 8 p.m., those are going to be kind of the stronger ones that bring in some of the thunder and lightning, maybe some gusty winds. Not anticipating anything severe, but just some stronger thunderstorms with these first initial wave of storms that begin to make their way through the area. By Friday evening here, 11 o'clock, things are becoming more widespread across the region, and we're going to experience some widespread showers across the entire 4 states area. This is going to bring some widespread rain, heavy at times, to almost everybody in the 4 states. That's going to begin pushing east, and then we're going to get into some lighter showers by, I'd say, right around between 6 and 10 a.m. on Saturday, but rainfall is going to be consistent. You may hit little pockets here or there where you get a little break of rainfall, but it's going to pick back up again. So if you have any plans to be out Saturday, just make sure you're bringing the umbrella with you. Saturday, temperatures showing the upper 50s here, especially if our low passes a little bit further north. That's going to pull warmer air into the area for us. Now, what we can expect as far as rainfall totals across the 4 states region, the further north you go, you'll run into about 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then you start heading down 49 here, Lamar, Carthage, Joplin, near 2 inches of rain. You go south of 44, we're talking nearly 2.5 inches of rain there. Taking a look at your 10-day forecast, we can expect Sunday becoming sunny, 62 degrees. On Monday, sunny skies. Heading into the middle part of next week, we're looking at 70s with maybe a scattered shower or two. 73 on Thursday, nice and warm there. Then our next system moves through next weekend, getting us a little bit cooler and some more rain on the way. So I'd say the second half of February is pretty active in terms of precipitation.
Yeah, and a lot of warm temperatures there for February. Like, how often do we see that many days in the 70s? In what's usually one of the coldest months of the year?
All I can say is you should trust your local meteorologist over a groundhog. That's all I can say.
Yeah, 6 more weeks of winter. All right, thanks, Austin. Well, don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It's called the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Still ahead, the Colgan Panthers and Frontenac Raiders clash on the hardwood in their latest chapter of their rivalry. Highlights next. Plus, the Missouri Southern Lions are back at home with a pair of matchups against Northwest Missouri State. Highlights from Joplin coming up in sports.
High school and college basketball fill the sports slate here in the 4 states this evening with Missouri Southern, Joplin High, Colgan, and Frontenac in action. Tipping it off in Joplin with the Lions women's squad taking on Northwest Missouri State. Early second quarter, Grace Frazier at the top of key for the Lions, dragging 2 defenders and finding Nariah Clay for the wide open triple, and she'll nail that every time. Lions looking to add on. Frazier still running the offense at the point. She'll drive left on her defender, kissing it off the glass for the acrobatic 2. What a play from the sophomore. Bearcats looking to claw back though. It's Andrea Lopreado grabbing the rebound and taking it the other way down the court before finding Boston Wand wide open under the basket for the lay-in. Visitors still threatening late in the second quarter. Lopreado once again, this time taking it herself, backing down her defender and fighting through contact for the finish. Plus a foul as the Bearcats upset the Lions, handing them their first home loss of the year, 65-60. The Lions men's squad eyeing a 5th straight win in the nightcap against the Bearcats. MSSU looking to open the game strong. Senior guard Gavin Elkamel drives and kicks to Braden Williams, who knocks down the 3 for the first bucket of the night. Lions continuing their attack. This time it's Cullen Ruffin taking a couple dribbles on the outside before avoiding the screen and driving, using the bank to cash it in for 2. Bearcats on the offensive now. It's 6'7" Jack Radigan hauling in this inbounds pass before dropping it off to Aiden Gare, who hits the tray and tells his defender it's too easy. Visitors still threatening at the end of the first. Royce Williams directing the offense finds Robbie Garcia in the post, who gets off his defender and floats it in for 2. Bearcats earn the sweep in the nightcap, winning 81-74. Staying in Joplin with the Eagles girls team battling Republic in a COC clash. First quarter, Tigers with a 4-point advantage. Kyrie Britton launches a one-handed pass to Ava Wolf, continues the ball movement to Alyssa Owens, who knocks down the 3. Second quarter now, Owens dishing it up to Adwin Barstow up top. She finds Soleil Parker, who drives to the basket and finishes for 2. Tigers up 10 later on. Good ball movement once again from Joplin, finding Parker with an open look in the corner, but she can't finish. However, Ava Wolf hunts down the rebound and gets the putback on the second chance. Let's go to the fourth quarter now. Barstow gets rid of it to Owens. She'll cross over, get to the elbow, spinning, scoring, to cut into the deficit, but the Eagles fall at home to Republic 61-20. On the Kansas side, it's a rivalry renewed as Colgan hosts Frontenac. First quarter, Raiders trailing early, working the ball around to Marley Stout in the corner, and that three is nothing but net from the senior to cut into the deficit. Later in the first, Shaquilla Davis in transition for the Panthers, drawing the defense and connecting with Janessa Davis, who drains the triple in the corner herself. The twin telepathy working strong for the Davis twins there. Final seconds of the first, Colgan looking to add on. Davis, she takes the pass, she'll cross over, step back. The three, it's good from the senior before the buzzer. Panthers up by 9 after 1. In the second quarter was all Colgan. Final seconds of the half, Mariella Gilmore finds Davis, and she fires from way downtown. Bang! Davis finishing the night with 41 points. Panthers dominate at home, winning 69-38. Panthers boys squad eyeing a 5th straight win in the finale against the Raiders. First quarter, Frontenac looking to add more to their lead. Jake Wagner connects with Brogan Smith on the backdoor cut, and Smith shakes off a defender, kissing it off the glass for 2. But Colgan has an immediate response. Jaden Brown running the point here, kicking it to Brock Radell on the wing. The southpaw drains the triple. And this one would go back and forth in this first quarter. Raiders working the ball around, swinging it to Jake Martinez at the top of the key, and the sophomore will fire, and the tray is nothing but net. Look at the shot from the big man. Panthers going the other way now. Will Schremer takes in the pass, looking to attack the basket. He will, fighting through contact and scoring on this runner, but Frontenac hands Colgan their first league loss, 55-49 the final. The Pitt State softball team is on fire to open the 2026 season, winning their first 9 games. The Gorillas are back in action with the Branson D2 Battle Tournament with a pair of games today. PSU taking care of business in their opener against Missouri St. Louis, defeating the Tritons 10-3. The Gorillas had 3 hitters with at least 2 RBIs, including a 3 RBI performance from Kylie Lamont. And in Game 2, PSU takes down Southern Nazarene in a pitcher's duel. Ava Laurent surrendering only 2 runs in a complete game effort. Kaden Trocum and Haley Igu each hitting a home run in the win as well. As the Winter Olympics continue in Italy, let's take a look at the current medal count. It's the hosting country leading the way with 17 total medals, followed by Norway and the United States tied for second with 14. Norway, though, has the most gold medals so far, totaling 7. Couple events tomorrow, we've got ice hockey. It's the Italy team, it's the United States team battling on the women's side, then curling, women's curling, United States versus Canada. That's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
Pitt State held its teacher interview day today, giving aspiring educators the chance to start planning their future. KOAM's Kenny Foreman spoke with students and administrators to find out what they're looking for.
Here at the Plaster Center, 74 school districts are on hand to give education students the opportunity to network and interview for potential job openings.
Being able to put a face to a name and actually make that connection goes a long ways, especially when you're working in a department that's so people-oriented. Knowing that they are personable and can converse easily is huge.
Many administrators value the event as well, as it gives them a chance to see what the students have to offer right off the bat.
We want people who are positive, that are student-centered and look for the best interest of kids. I think that goes a long ways, and who are team players. We really want that, at least in our district, so we're excited to see that.
And they find it all the more crucial to attend, especially with nationwide trends showing teacher shortages.
We might have 5 or 6 for a position, so that makes it even more important to go out to events like this, get to know potential candidates, because we're again, the candidate pool is not as large as it used to be, so going to every event we possibly can to try to find the next best teacher for us is very important.
As the students get closer to the point where their aspirations can become realities, they're thankful that Pitt State has put them in a prime position for success.
This is awesome because the career services and then the Department of Education being able to put this on is very beneficial because I'm a senior getting ready to look for jobs, but there's students that are coming in that are freshmen, sophomore, and they're just learning in this opportunity.
In Pittsburgh, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Teacher Interview Day is one of several networking events the school has to offer. Next up is the Spring Career Fair on March 3rd. Up next, new shows feature Nicole Kidman and Rachel Weisz this spring. We take a look in Hollywood Nation. A first look at a star-filled thriller, new introductions on a hit dating show, and a scary movie to watch at home. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with that and more in today's Hollywood Nation.
Second time's a charm.
Kidman on the case. Vice gets obsessed, and there's more romance on the ranch in the Hollywood nation. Meet Braden, Brett, and Sean. Fox introduced the three farmers looking for love on the new season of Farmer Wants a Wife. The trio embark on their search through mixers like speed dating and a day at the racetrack, then introducing the women to day-to-day farm life. Hosted by Kimberly Williams Paisley, Season 4 premieres April 21st.
There's someone I want you to meet. This is Ben.
In news of what's new to view at home, Primate is available to buy or rent now with over 30 minutes of bonus content. The horror flick follows friends in Hawaii on a vacation turned nightmare when a pet chimp starts attacking the group.
Is it a second chance, or am I just looking to mess myself up again?
In today's First Looks is the thrilling Prime Video series Scarpetta, starring and executive produced by Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis. Based on the best-selling novels, Kidman plays the famous forensic pathologist Dr. Kay Scarpetta as she hunts a serial killer while facing a case from her past. Co-stars include Bobby Cannavale, Simon Baker, and Ariana DeBose. It premieres March 11th.
A twist.
Plus, Netflix shared a look at the limited series Vladimir with Rachel Weisz, Leo Woodall, and John Slattery. It centers around a professor whose world begins to unravel when she becomes fixated on her new colleague. The book-to-screen story starts streaming March 5th.
I have a thing for crazy girls.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of spider monkeys enjoying Valentine's Day gifts at the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.